everyone. We're going to have some fun creating paper flowers today. I'm going to share with you some techniques on basic flower shaping. I tried to make flowers yesterday and I just couldn't get it right, so I thought, well, maybe it's time we just go over the basics again. So I'm going to go over this with you. So let's talk about what we're going to need to make flowers. Okay, let's just put this aside. Okay, most importantly, the tools. You're going to need some styluses in various sizes. I would suggest 3 different sizes, a small, medium and a large. Doesn't matter what brand you use. Then I've got a dedicated glue tool. I use this specific one to glue my petals together. It's very important that you keep your styluses clean with no glue on it. As soon as there is glue on it, it sometimes grabs your paper, or it doesn't glide over your paper. So keep these clean and then keep a dedicated one for your gluing stuff. Other things that are nice to have is, that I usually use, is pewter tools. You get these in different shapes and sizes. I've got this one that's got a sort of an oval pointed edge, a bigger one and a smaller edge. I use these for my leaves. This one is also nice. I use that to make the little grooves into the leaves. Then if you're lucky enough, you can always use your groove carve tools. I don't know if you all know this. It looks almost like a crochet hook without the hook on it, and it's got little grooves on the tips, and that is what creates the grooves into your petals. Let's see if I can find someone that's got grooves in it. I don't know if you can see that. See those little grooves? Now that's what this does. Then you need an awl or a piercing tool to make the centers or the holes into the centers of your flowers so that you can get your stamens through. And of course a quilling tool, which is nice to just help you to pull the petals in the direction that you want it if you're not happy with your normal shaping. Okay, so usually when I do make roses, I use my quilling tool quite a lot. And of course a pair of scissors. Okay, so let's start. Now the first technique, well, I call it the curling pull. This is what I use to make this. This one is already glued together. It's a very easy technique actually. Basically you just need your shapes. It can be a daisy shape, anything that's elongated, so thin little petals. All you need to do is, okay, you have to go to a size that's almost the same width as your petal. Then you start at the tip and you just pull it towards you. Start at the tip and pull. Now you have to use quite a bit of pressure. Nothing's going to happen if you just sort of tickle it like that. Nothing's going to happen. You've got to use some pressure. And that's what also could have an effect on your petal shaping is the mat that you work on. I've got flower shaping mats in different densities. Sometimes you use a denser foam mat. This is actually it was an old mouse pad. It works wonderful. It's got quite a high density. Then I've got something that's very soft, and that I use when I have to really press into the center of the flower to bring it together. This is also a different density. It all depends on what you want to work with. This is a genuine flower shaping mat. It's very soft. You can see that I've worked it quite a lot, but sometimes I use it as is for a soft, especially when you use softer paper like printer paper. Then you use a soft base, or you can just fold it double if you want to have extra depth. Then I also have a dedicated piece of foam that I use to make the piercings. Okay, I moved my camera a little bit. Okay, there we go again. Okay, let's continue with this one. Now you can either keep it like this, and then the petals will pull together. If you go in a circular motion in the center, it will make a closed center like that. Or you can pull it together. The more you do it, the quicker it's going to get. Okay, now I can see that it's got the shape, but I want it to go this way. I want it to just sort of softly curl outwards. So I'm going to flip it over, and at the base go in a circular motion. Right, so now you can see that it lifted the petals and it formed a soft outwards curl. Now you can layer this however many layers you want to layer it. I've already glued this one together. So this is what it's going to look like when you're done with it. Like I say, you can either keep it like this, you can stack a lot of these. Let me just show you what I mean. I just flipped that one over and turned it back inwards. So this might look like a chrysanthemum at the end of the day if you just give it another layer. Okay, so experiment with the flowers, ladies. You don't have to stick to one specific little flower. Just make a lot of different ones. Okay, the next easy method, I call it the poking method. Now what that does is you will see that it's not a smooth rounded shape. It's got more like a sort of a shabby look, and I call that the poking motion. Let me just show you how we do that. For this method I am going to use a little bit of water, just that I don't have sharp edges when I poke it, but soft, rounded, smooth edges. Let's make two little ones as well. Okay, on the back again. Then you can decide which size you want to do, but for the poking method I want it to look a little shabby. I'm going to go with this. So all you do is just press in the middle or on the edges. You could go all over the petal if you want to. This is quite an easy method. Okay, flip it over and bring it together in the middle. Let's do another one. Okay, I'm just going to swap it over and use a smaller one. With a smaller one you get a more defined, curly, distressed look. See how easy that goes. Flip it over. Okay, and if I layer this, I don't know if you can exactly see what this looks like. If you layer them over each other, got a little flower like that. That's a bigger one. Let's go to the smaller one is. Okay, the small pokey flowers sometimes work out better than the bigger ones. I use the when I make shabby roses, quick roses, I use the pokey method on those. Aren't those sweet? A little bit distressed. Okay, so that was the poking. We've done the pulling, we've done the curling and the poking. Now we're going to do a circular motion. Circular motion, go like that. Okay. Right, this is what it looks like. You can see that the petal is quite rounded, smooth, ironed out. Okay, let's make one. You can wet it if you want to. And I'm going to use this size. So what I'm doing is I'm just going in a circular motion because I want this petal to look rounded. For this I would suggest you do use a bigger stylus like this one. Obviously, because this is a bigger petal, you can size down to smaller ones on smaller petals. Okay, flip it over, and then again go in a circular motion to lift them up. You can, if you want to, just press down if you want the flowers to more sort of don't stand up quite that high. Okay, the more you do it, the easier it's going to get. And what this does, it just smooths out all those unneat crinkles that you sometimes get. It's like ironing a petal. The more you stroke it, the more you iron it out, the smoother it will be at the end of the day. Okay, so that is the circular motion. We found all that. Now we're going to do sweeping motion. The sweeping motion only on the edges, because we only want the edges to curl for this specific technique. Let's go to same shape again. Okay, all we do here is sweep it from side to side. It depends on what size you want to use, how deep you want that groove to be when you, okay, so just on the edges. You will use this when you make your leaves as well. So all this does is just curls the edges. And this works well with leaves, normal leaves. Okay, it also depends on how hard you press. Like I said, you really do need to. Okay, now you can see that it's got a very smooth petal and only the edges are curled. Again, circular motion just to lift your flower so that it comes alive a little bit, get some life. Same, just on the edges. Sweep from side to side, just to iron out the crinkles on the edges. Okay, and you can later on experiment just by pulling it a little bit together if you want to, in the middle. Okay, so that was the sweeping motion. You can either go from side to side or up and down. Alright, now we're going to come to the pulling motion. This makes for a very, what shall we call it, shabby, distressed little flower. To me that looks more natural. It's not a perfect flower petal, it all looks the same. It looks a little bit natural, more natural to me. Okay, for this I am going to wet it a little bit. Let's do light squirts. And I'm going to start with my smallest one. And again, I'm just going to try not to touch it. And I'm going to pull from the tip towards the center. Can you see how that curls and crinkles? This is what it looks like now before I'm going to flip it over, poke a hole in the middle. Let's see. I actually like this because it just gives my flower a natural shape. They're not all the same. If you pick flowers outside, some are crinkled, some are little wilted. Okay, you got that from the edge towards the center. Flip it over, press in the middle. Shall we do another one? Okay, as you can see, I stick to the same size. You can experiment with different sizes. This method works well with your groove golf tools. If you're lucky to have a groove golf tool, then try this method with your groove golf tool. Okay, now see? Okay, now I'm going to make one with my, that was the pulling method. Okay, I'm just going to do one with the groove golf tools. Now some people find the groove golf tools difficult to work with, but I think the secret is in the way that you hold your groove golf tool. I keep my finger very close to the tip of the edge of the tool, and I sort of go straight down and pull, straight down and pull. That is also a very important factor in your flower shaping technique, the way that you hold your tool. You've got to find your own sweet spot. Most importantly, you have to apply pressure. Okay, if I wanted this flower to come together, have a deeper center, I'm going to, where is my, okay, there it is. You can either fold your soft flower shaping mat double, use your small stylus, then go into the center. Can you see how that flower just came together deeper? It's got to be deeper center or middle than this one. This one's a more flatter one, so I would probably stack these two together. if I wanted to make that kind of a flower, like that. Right, so the softness or the depth of your center depends on the mat that you're going to use to bring the flower together. Okay, so that's it, ladies. Hope you enjoyed that, and see you again later.